Hi everyone, I'm here to talk to you about my classroom behavior management system while I was student teaching. I figured instead of writing a bunch of stuff and reading it to you, I would actually do a video. What I want to talk about first is just the system and how it's set up and what my CE does in her class. So essentially, she does not have a huge behavior management system put into place, and by that I mean she doesn't use Class Dojo, she doesn't do clips or anything. She simply does a warning system. The kid gets a warning if they're doing something they're not supposed to, talking out in class, not doing their homework, all of that stuff. And then if the behavior continues, they get laps at recess. And that is something that they do grade-wise, or throughout the 5th grade at my school. They give laps at recess. And if the behavior consists past that, they contact the parents. The reasoning behind this is because they feel like they really don't have a ton of major behavior problems, and usually the laps or contacting the parents works. She hasn't really had any cases this year where she's had to do anything drastic, and so she's felt that right now, for her class right now, this works. And we've talked through some behavior management strategies that we think would be best for the student that I pick, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about those later. But for right now, I'm going to tell you how effective her system is, of simply a warning, laps at recess, and then contacting the parent, and then after that it would be a major behavior referral to the office. But what I've found after observing my CE is that this seems to work for her class. She has a class that responds very well to a warning, and then they respond very well to having their recess cut short by having to walk laps. It's not something that a lot of teachers do, but it's something that she does implement, and with the kids that she has, they really don't want to miss that recess. They don't want to miss interacting with their friends. They don't want to have to take time out of that social aspect of their day to have to walk laps. So it's something that works very well for her. I've only had one case where I saw her have to go to contact a parent, and after that parent was contacted, the way that student acted in the class drastically changed, and it was because that parent was very involved in the student's life. And that's something that you are going to see a lot of at the school that I student taught at, is you have a lot of parent involvement, which you don't see at a lot of places, and I was very fortunate to have that at my school. The dynamic between the teacher and the students, she is very involved in everything that they do at the school, and she is very close with her students. She has built very good relationships with them. And they have an understanding. She treats them like adults. She's preparing them for middle school. That is one thing we've talked a lot about, is that a 5th grade teacher prepares the kids for middle school and for the future. And she doesn't want to coddle the kids and have a clip chart, because they're not going to have that in middle school. She wants to make it as real as possible as to what they're going to experience. And she tells them that. She sets high standards. She expects things to be turned in on time without her asking. She expects homework to be done. She expects the kids to be able to walk in a line without talking. And I mean, everything she expects. The kids don't get any extra points or rewards or anything for doing stuff that they're expected to do, and it's because she treats them as such, and she has a good rapport with her students where they understand she's treating them as older kids because she's preparing them for that time. Let's see. The student leadership is fostered in a way such that the students really are able to, how do I put this? They're able to call each other out on certain things. She lets the kids, say, hey, you need to be doing your homework. You need to be doing this. They hold each other accountable, which is a really cool thing, and it's something that I know she's been working on since day one. She couldn't have started that halfway through the year. She had to start that at day one in her classroom, working with the students, saying, hey, it's okay to call each other out in a respectful way, and there's a right way to do that and a wrong way to do that. And so the leadership in the behavior management system is actually, it's kind of right at the forefront, where the kids are in groups at tables in the classroom, and they're able to, try and keep each other accountable. Hey, we need to not talk. Teacher's out there talking right now. Hey, we need to do this, otherwise we're going to have to walk laps. And it's just a really cool environment to see the kids being able to talk to each other like that without getting frustrated. You see so many kids say, hey, you need to stop talking, and the other kid gets so mad, and it's for no reason at all, but the way that they interact with each other was just really cool to see. You didn't see a lot of kids getting frustrated or angry with each other, which was pretty awesome. And then lastly, how did my observation inform my decisions that I made during student teaching? So that is actually kind of the behavior management that I started with. I wanted to try learning how to let the students run the behavior management. I wanted to let them kind of take control, and I wanted to see how that worked. Obviously, I chose a student who I thought needed a little extra help, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later, where my CE and I discussed, hey, this is a student that kind of needs a little extra help. We need to put a behavior management system in place for this student, and that's completely different. But I really did think that what she had going worked, and I wanted to see how it worked for me. Obviously, I had some bumps in the road, and a lot of that came with, I started teaching, 2 and 3 weeks, we were doing good, and then 4th week, they kind of started thinking, Miss Grubb's just a student teacher. Miss Jarrett's sitting in here the whole time, and she's not really our teacher, and we kind of had to have a heart-to-heart with that. And we sat down at one point and we had to talk about, hey guys, I am your teacher right now, and you need to listen to what I'm saying too. And that actually, just sitting down with them like that, it really got them to respect me more, and they realize, okay, I need to listen to Miss Grubb, I need to follow her instructions, and I need to treat her just as I would my teacher before her. It was just an awesome experience to be able to give warnings and then hand out laps when needed, which wasn't often, but hand out laps when needed, and then, kind of see the kids keep each other accountable. It was a really cool thing to do. That's the behavior management system that my CE put in place, and that's actually the behavior management system that I kind of modeled and mimicked and made my own throughout my student teaching experience. And I did have to change some things, and I had to, I put my rules up on the wall for the 10 weeks that I was teaching, but it was just a really, really cool experience.